Hello, Instagram Live. How are you guys? Oh, I am very excited to hang out with you guys today. I have a lot of things I want to share with you, a lot of things I want to talk about, and this live stream feels extra exciting because it feels like, hello everyone jumping on, it feels like this is going to be a masterclass. Like what I have to share with you right now, I could have packaged and sold as a masterclass because I'm about to drop a lot of knowledge for you guys. So I'm very excited for this live stream. Hello everyone popping on. It's so good to see so many of you here. Let me know how you are in the comments. So this live stream is going to be about sales, branding, content, offers, making money on social media. It's going to cover a lot of different things, but there's a big context around why I'm sharing this with you guys today. Okay? So before we get into all the things, the first thing that I want to talk about is on Sunday, I released my masterclass for the Hold the Energy masterclass. And I would love to know if you're here right now and you joined and you bought that masterclass, please let me know. Because since Sunday afternoon when I dropped that until this morning, from Sunday until now, like 48 hours, there have been now, this morning was 98, there's now over 100 new customers in my world that have bought Hold the Energy. You joined, this is amazing. I'm gonna explain why I'm talking about this, because my point is not just to celebrate all of these people, but I want to talk about how this happened, why this happens, and how you guys can create this. So Sunday until now, I put out Hold the Energy Part 2. So Hold the Energy is a masterclass. It originated about over a year ago, where I did this masterclass, and those of you who joined this new one, you got instant access to this masterclass. And anyways, I talked about how to have high cash months and not dip. You joined, this is so exciting. Ocean is right here, you can't see Ocean, but he's right here. Hi, do you want to be in live stream with mom? I'm not gonna move the camera because I don't want to mess it up. You're giving me some love right now while I'm on my live stream. You guys can't see him, but my little puppy is right here. Okay, focus. So, about over a year ago, I did a masterclass called Hold the Energy. It is probably one of the top favorite masterclasses that I've ever done. And I talked about how to have high cash months and not dip. I talk about how, what happens and why it happens that people have a big spike and then they go back down. So it originated from that, and that training is world class. It's amazing. What I talked about in that training, it's like I could never repeat it in the same way. It's like that's just the one. However, I have gone through another evolution, a year later, a year and a little bit later, where I'm like, I have a new way to talk about what it means to hold the energy. And that's why we're doing a whole new revamped Hold the Energy masterclass at the end of this month. And that's what so many of you guys bought. From Sunday until today, people are still buying. It's on my Instagram story. You can absolutely still join. It's $111 for today, and then the price is going to go up. So over 100 new customers since Sunday. Yesterday, I was looking at the Stripe analytics, and I saw that data point, and I literally had to screenshot and send to my team, and I said, is this what I think it says? Is this true? Is this what it says? Is this right? What? I saw all the payments come through. I saw all the notifications come through. You guys know how it is. When you get payments, you get an email. I'm like, yeah, of course, people are buying my stuff. People always buy my stuff. But 100 new customers in 48 hours, I don't understand. However, I do understand. Because I know what I'm doing. It's exactly what I teach. So, one, I want to congratulate you if you are new in my world and you joined Hold the Energy. I'm very grateful. I'm so excited. I can't wait until the end of the month when we do the upgraded version. I'm so excited for you to dive in. If you didn't already dive in the one that you got as soon as you registered, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so excited that this is your first purchase with me. This is a big one, and that conversation is going to be big. However, that's not the point of this live stream. The point of this live stream is, why do offers sell for some people and not sell for others? Why do flash sales sell for some people and not sell for others? So yesterday was 8/8. It's the portal, the Lionsgate, all of the things. Now, I am not the person that knows the woo-woo stuff, okay? So the stars aligned yesterday, something in the galaxy happened, and we've all just opened up this portal to manifest, okay? I am not the person to go to talk about that kind of stuff. But yesterday was a day where, whether that's your jam or not, a lot of people on the internet decided, this is a day where I want to create special offers. $88, $888, $8,888. Did you put out any portal offers yesterday? Whether it's on a day like that because it has meaning, or it's a day where you just decide to do a flash sale, do you do these regularly in your business, and do they work? And do they work to the extent that you want them to work? Because what I want to talk about is why can some people put on a sale or put out an offer and they get tons of sales, and why do other people use the same strategy, the same sales strategy, the same launch strategy, the same energy of a day, and it not work? Why? How? Brand and having a hot audience is the variable. So you and I can have the same offer and the same sales strategy, but the person that's going to win the sales game is the person who has a brand. You can have the exact same offer, use the exact same messaging, use the exact same marketing, use the exact same launch strategy, do it on the day where magic and miracles are supposed to happen for everyone, and do it at the right price point. And the person who has a brand that is positioned in the proper way, the person who has an audience that is a hot audience, is going to win and is going to make more sales than the person that doesn't. Brand is the variable. You guys, until the day I die, and you can quote me here, I will be on stages, I will be on interviews, I will be all over the internet, and I will still be saying this: brand wins. Brand is the variable. It just is. It just is. So there are many coaches, and there are many business owners, and there are many people who only focus on sales. How do I market the offer? What do I say about the offer? How do I sell this thing in 24 hours? What is the thing that I do? There are many people who just focus on sales. If you're only focused on sales, you are in this transactional one-to-one kind of energy hamster wheel. How do I get one person to convert? What is the one thing I say so someone buys? How do I position this offer so one person buys? What do I do today so someone buys? If that is you, self-awareness, that might be working, but there's a cap to that. That is not scalable. That's not scalable. Because one, who here has lived in that energy before? Maybe you're doing that now. How do I convert one person today? What is the one thing that I say today on social media so someone buys? What is the one sales call I have to get on today so someone buys? What is the exact thing that I need to say on my Instagram story today so one person buys? This short-term energy of marketing. It's one-to-one. It's transactional. It's one-to-one. And it can make you money. It can work. But it's a very short-term energy, and it's not scalable. And you will energetically always feel like you're on a hamster wheel, because every day feels like you're on defense. Like, I've got to go out there and I've got to get one person to buy. It's like every day in your business feels like I need to make one more sale. I need to make another sale. I need to make another sale. That is so heavy energetically, and that might last a couple months. That might last a year, but you will burn out. So what I have always been interested in for myself as an entrepreneur and a business owner is I don't want to just do day-to-day things and get day-to-day results. I'm interested in building a business and a brand that is able to scale. And whenever I use the word scale, what I mean is I want to have a brand and a business that can live beyond me. I don't always want to be doing day-to-day short-term things and only getting day-to-day short-term results. I want to have freedom. I want to have space. I want to have a brand that's bigger than me. I want to be able to reach more and more people every day. I want 100 people, new people in 48 hours to buy from me. So that context is what I desire, because that's actually what a business is, and that's actually what a brand is, and that's actually what wealth is, and that's actually what freedom is. There are so many coaches who are trying to build a coaching business in this short-term energy, but you're never going to have freedom, and you're never going to build wealth if you only stay here. So you've got to learn how to be a business person. You've got to understand business in a different way if you are actually desiring what I think you're desiring, and that's a business that can generate 100 new people in your world in 48 hours, and you put out one offer. Okay? So what we have to do is build a brand. So I don't focus on sales. I don't focus on marketing. I focus on building a brand. I focus on reaching more people every single day. I focus on positioning my content in a way that is intelligent, that matches the offers that I have so people buy. I don't focus on sales. I don't focus on marketing. I don't focus on long landing pages. I've never done a sales call in my life. I don't do a lot of DM back and forth. I focus on building a brand. I focus on building an audience. I nurture, I give, I entertain. I build something bigger than just the one-to-one interactions or transactions. And then when we put out an offer, I don't have to do some crazy hard thing to sell. People buy because I have a brand. This is it. I believe that we need everything in our businesses. So it's not just one thing. It's like we need everything. We need sales. We need brand. We need emotional intelligence. We need all the different components. We need all of it. It's not one thing. But if someone was to say to me, Steph, what's the one thing that you would tell someone? I would 1,000,000% tell someone, build a brand. I don't care about sales strategy. I don't care about your marketing. I don't care about your branding, like the graphic design. I don't care about fancy logos. I don't care about a landing page. I would 100,000,000% say build a brand. A brand equals trust. A brand equals people who are always ready to buy. A brand equals any time you put out any offer of any price point, of any topic, of any product, people buy. Brand equals community, brand equals scalability, brand equals trust, brand equals so many things that override how do I sell this thing? What is the launch strategy? What is the marketing strategy? It always will. This is not a new thing. Look at the brands that you purchase from, whether it's clothing or home decor or accessories or shoes or any brand. The brands that stand out are the brands that stand out, and they've stood out for years. And they're going to last a lifetime because they build a culture, because they understand how to create a culture and a community that speaks to people and matches people's core values and makes people feel good and heard and seen and part of something. There's connection. It's not how good is Starbucks at selling their coffee. It's not how good is Nike at marketing their shoes. It's not Beyonce is going and sending out an email sequence to talk about how good her next album is. Beyonce built a brand and she drops her record and people go wild. Starbucks doesn't market like we're going to go through a launch for the new latte. They're like, we are Starbucks and we have a brand and we drop the new flavor. Like it's just across the board. It's in every industry. It's what it is. So what I want you to think about is, do you feel right now, and I would love to know in the comments, that you have a brand that feels solid, that your social media feels like it is booming and people are part of a culture, people are part of something. You've created something that people are part of, and they're there every day and they're watching every day and they buy everything that you put out there because they feel they're part of your brand. Or do you feel like you're a coach on social media because you should be on social media, and then you sell your offers, but you're focusing on marketing and sales and launching, and it's like, why aren't things selling even though I'm doing everything right? And the exact reason is because there is lack of brand. There's a lack of connection. There is a lack of a hot audience. This is the number one thing, and I'll say it over and over again. I've been preaching this since I started stepping into business coaching in 2018, 2019. Since day one, I've been teaching social media, I've been teaching Instagram, I've been teaching content, I've been teaching brand. The thing that I actually also want to have a conversation about is the reason that I actually think 99.9% of coaches don't have this is because most people don't have the mindset and the emotional intelligence to build a brand. Most coaches are still playing in the day-to-day short-term energy, and that is more of like, how do I sell this? What do I do today? Because most people have a fucked up, excuse my language, mindset of, I want short-term gratification because I don't feel good about myself today, so I need to make a sale today, so I'm going to message 25 people today, and hopefully if one person buys, then I'm going to feel good about myself today. And then you're going to go to bed sad, and then you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't want to feel sad, so let me do something short-term today so I can get a hit and feel happy for 3 seconds, and then I'm going to go to bed and realize that I'm sad, and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel not good about myself because I haven't made the money that I want to make yet, and I'm comparing myself to everyone else, so I'm going to do something, and I'm going to go in the DMs and message 3 people and lower my boundaries and my standards so someone buys, and then I'm going to feel good because someone said yes to me, and I'm going to make $100, and then it's not going to feel good, and then I'm going to wake up and do it tomorrow. That's the problem. And that's a big problem. And I need to start having more conversations about this because that's actually what's happening. What I want to see is coaches build something bigger than that hamster wheel energy. A brand is long-term energy. A brand is longevity. A brand is actually what you want. You desire wealth, and you desire freedom, and you desire scalability, and you desire a lot of new people finding you regularly and buying from you. That's what you want. And it's exciting to hear me say that and be like, yeah, Steph, that's what I want. But can you hold the energy, huh? Can you hold the energy and be the person in the short term? A brand is a long-term game. A brand is not how fast do I get followers today so they buy. A brand is I'm building something important. I'm building something that's going to live beyond me. And that energy is a longer term thing. But the moment you fully step into making that the priority in your business, you will see the sales skyrocket. When you learn how to create content that is specific, that is meant to reach a certain type of person that aligns with your brand and your business and your offers, people will buy faster. You focus more attention on that and less on this hamster wheel of trying to make sales. You're going to make sales faster and easier and quicker, and more people are going to join your stuff. It just is a fact. I am living evidence of this. It just is a fact. So the reason that I believe most people don't step into it is because energetically they can't handle it, because everyone's looking for a short-term hit. And that's just where you have to have a real conversation with yourself and say, am I trying to build the business based off of short-term instant gratification because I am sad and I have low confidence and I have low self-esteem? Or am I going to be a CEO and a business owner and I care about my business on a bigger context and a bigger level, and I'm going to build something that runs and that works? You just have to have that conversation with yourself, and only you can make that decision for yourself. It's the mindset thing. Get excited about building a brand. Get excited about building an audience. Get excited about it. We are coaches. We love the work that we do. That's why we're here. Building a brand is you sharing your message with the world. But you don't get paid for building a brand directly. You don't get paid every time you put out a piece of content directly. But you do. Because every time you put something out, you're building a relationship with someone, and someone comes this much closer to buying from you. And then someone else finds you, and someone else finds you, and someone else finds you, and then they get this much closer to buying from you, and then the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and 6 months later, and a year later, you have a massive quantum leap. But can you do things on a day-to-day basis that's not directly bringing in income, but in 6 months from now, when you've tripled your income, that will be worth it? But most people aren't willing to hold themselves even within a day, a week of that context. You snooze, you lose. It's just how it works. I want to make money by Friday, and if I don't, then it's not working. Instead of being like, if I stay dedicated to this new way for 6 months, a year, I'm going to quadruple my income. I'd rather you do that than you just be like, no, I need to make 50K by Friday to look cool this month, so I'm just going to go back on the hamster wheel. But then you're going to build the business from a hamster wheel, and you actually have no scalability, and you actually have no longevity. And so when you decide to lean back from your business, you can't. You quote unquote can't to sustain it, because the only way to sustain it is to do short-term things. You guys know me. I am all about having conversations around work ethic and entrepreneurship and all of these different things, because I believe in hustle, and I believe if you're going to build a business, you have to work your ass off. I just believe in that. However, it's interesting because lately I'm in a season where I am able to lean back a little bit, and more is coming to me than ever. But the reason for that is not because, oh, look at me lean back. The reason for that is that's 4 years of me building a brand. I was messaging my mastermind clients yesterday, and I was like, you guys, on Sunday, I watched the Shania Twain documentary. I watched the J-Lo documentary. I watched the Lady Gaga documentary. I cuddled in bed with my dog. Yesterday, over half the day, I laid in bed with my puppy. It was pouring rain. And from Sunday until the end of yesterday to this morning, I did 2 calls. One private client call, Victoria, I think you're on here, I love you. And I did my mini mind call. And I laid in my bed and I literally watched the sales come in. And I did nothing, quote unquote nothing, except I built a brand for years. So again, this is another conversation of so many coaches just want to have the story of, I want to do nothing and have it all fall from the sky. However, you have not earned that right. Because you haven't built anything. You haven't earned that right. That will happen. There will come a day where you're so hands-off and everything comes through, but you have to build to get there. So many people are focused on I just want to be I don't want to do anything, so I'm going to do nothing, and hopefully on 8/8, all the stars align and everything falls from the sky. But wait, I haven't built a brand. But wait, I haven't built anything. But wait, everyone else is putting out offers, so I'm going to put out offers and no one bought. But I thought today was the day where I could do nothing and everything would just manifest. It doesn't work like that. Build something real. Build something big. That's the point. Brand over everything. So you can have the best offer in the world. You can have the best launch strategy, the best sales strategy, the best email sequence, the best funnel in the world, and it not work if you don't have a brand. Someone who has a brand can have shit messaging, shit sales strategy, and make quadruple the amount. I don't even have descriptions on my landing pages. I don't have descriptions on my landing pages. I don't. And if we do, it's the very last minute. Starbucks has shit coffee. So does Tim Hortons. But I'm like, I'm gonna go to Tim Hortons today and I'm gonna get a latte. And it's not the best. But watch me go there every day and get a fucking latte. It doesn't make sense. But it does. The variable is brand. The variable is content. The variable is awareness. If we can master building a brand, building an audience, building content, and being consistent, because the other variable is consistency and awareness. Who is going to get more attention? The brand that has more exposure. Who gets more exposure? The brand that's consistent and good and has an experience. So it's not just put stuff out there, it's put the right stuff out there. Put the stuff out there that gets recognized for a reason. Put stuff out there that impacts people, that moves people, that attracts the right person to then buy. What does my customer journey look like? Most of the time, someone comes in one thing and then they join everything. That's usually how it happens. One person comes in, an $88 offer, $100 offer, and after that, they're in the next thing, or they join the collective right away. Or some people who are very similar to how I work come in and they find me and they go all in the biggest thing. There's two extremes and then people in the middle. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Since day one, and it's something that I still do to this day, is I prioritize time and energy in my business activities for brand. So the way to do this correctly is we can't just be coaches who are on calls. The other part of your work is to have a commitment to building your brand, a commitment to your content, a commitment to your social media platform, right? And that takes time and energy. But if you devote time and energy to that, you don't have to spend a lot of time and energy with the other sales stuff, because the brand works better and the brand is more of a long-term thing. That's where your time and energy should be spent. I say this all the time. If you're not loaded up with calls, and you're like, what do I do? I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, go build your brand, go build, get on another platform, go create better content, go connect. Like, that's what you should be doing. Okay? I want to see coaches on social media take their brand more seriously, their social media presence more seriously. Because I want to see you make more money. And the reason you're not making money is because you're not making sales. And the reason you're not making sales is because you don't have a brand. It's that simple and that complicated. When you start to prioritize your presence and you do it in a way that attracts the right people, but also positions you as a leader that you are, a high level leader that you are, a high level mentor, coach, whatever it is that you do, you're going to attract people that come into your low cost stuff, your mid-level stuff, your high ticket stuff, and it all comes through the power of your brand and the power of your presence. It's just how it works. Our brands get to be an evolution of us, an evolution of our leadership, an evolution of our everything. It just is. Like, your brand is going to evolve with you as a person and as a coach and as a mentor, and that's the most incredible thing in the world. Like, I don't look at it as like some hard thing that I have to do every day. I'm like, this is always a reflection of me, but also I'm doing it in an intentional way where I'm like, to scale this is I have to speak to people. I've been making content lately where I talk about our brand is not just about us. A brand is a reflection of us, but my brand can't just be about me. My brand is about you. My brand is like, this isn't about me. I've got to deliver to you because the offers are for you and you're the ones buying the offers. That's scalability. You know? I also see a lot of coaches who go through seasons of like, I'm just going to post content because I'm selling. And then they go off the grid for like 3 months. Tell me if you're guilty. I'm in a launch, so I'm just going to post content for these next 4 weeks because I'm in a launch. And then you sell it. And then you're like, fuck, I'm not posting content for the next 6 months. And you have like, you've never posted in like 6 months, 8 months, a year. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to sell again. So you start to post content again. That's a hamster wheel. I don't post content to sell. I don't post content when I'm in a launch or only when I'm in a launch. I post content and I build my brand every day no matter what, and I sell every day no matter what. That was my whole first year, like, whoops. So the reason that you put out an 8-8 offer, or the reason that you did a flash sale and it didn't work, or the reason that you discounted your private coaching and it didn't sell, or the reason that you discounted and created this bundle and this thing and it didn't work, is because, not because you suck at selling, not because your offer isn't good, not because the messaging isn't clear, not very likely those things, but it's because you haven't built a brand. You haven't built trust. You haven't built something where people are like, I want to buy everything. What did you buy? Hold the energy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is just it, you guys. So this is why. This is why. It's not because you suck at selling. It's not because people don't like you. It's because people don't know you exist. It's because people don't feel connected. It's because people don't think of you as the go-to person for the offer. They think of someone else because someone else is winning the social media game. Someone else has more attention. That's why. So it's nothing wrong. It's nothing bad. It's nothing to take personal. It's nothing to get emotional about. But it's like, this is a moment to look at business a little bit differently and be like, if I want this to scale and I want this to grow, I've got to look at my brand in a different light, in a different way. People are still also only showing up for their social media when they're happy or high vibe or in a good mood. Coaches are still only running their business when it feels nice. You can run a business like that, but it will not create a multi-million-dollar business that is scaling. It will create, I only make sales when I'm happy. People are still only showing up on social media when it feels good. You can't rely on that. I can't rely on only feeling good so then I do something in my business. Like, that to me is like, that's awful. So you've got to look at that. And that's why this is not just show up. This is, I've got to get my mindset right. So I show up, and I've got to understand that I can be a human and have ups and downs and insecurities and all the things, but still be consistent. I have built my brand consistently through the worst times of my life, which have also happened to be during the time that I built a business. But the reason I was consistent is because I didn't make it about me. I'm like, my business still needs consistency even if I'm grieving, or even if I'm sick, or even if I'm sad. So we've got to look at that. And it can be hard, but this is why it's an emotional intelligence conversation as well. It's a mindset conversation. There's things to do. Okay? So this is why. This is always why offers sell or don't sell. This is always why. The people killing it are people who have established brands. Now, the other thing that I will say, and I can sit here all day and keep saying, and the other thing I will say, is there are many coaches who, and there's nothing good or bad, right or wrong, everyone desires to build a business in a different way. However, there are many coaches who are making a lot of money, and it is okay, and it is great, and it's amazing. If you're happy, you're happy. However, there's a lot of coaches who are only making a lot of money through high ticket clients. So very few clients, but high ticket clients. And that is amazing. That's great. If that's your model, that's amazing. If that makes you happy, amazing. However, I just invite you to think about, does that feel sustainable, and is that what you want in the future? So if you think of your business and your life and your schedule a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, do you want to have people in your close world? Do you want to have only a lot of, do you want to have a lot of people in your close world? Is it still going to only be one-on-one? Is it still going to only be one-to-one calls? Like, when you look at your life a year from now, 2 years from now, something to consider. And maybe it's yes, and that's amazing, perfect. We need people like that. But if that feels like then this is just another reason to prioritize brand even more, because what I actually mean when I say scalability and longevity is you are then able to sell offers that don't require your live time and energy or your one-to-one energy. So when you have a brand, you've got a lot of people who can buy your courses, your evergreen stuff, your passive stuff, your products. And then you're making a lot of money and building a business without having to be on all the time. When I think about my life, and I said this even years ago, but here I am still doing it. But when I think about my life a few years from now, I don't think about probably having a lot of people in my close world, like one-to-one. I don't know if I'll be having one-to-one conversations with people. I don't know if that will align with me in a couple of years from now. But I do know that I'll have a brand, and I do know that I'll be sharing my work, but it will be to the masses. So if your model right now is only transactional and one-to-one, I would just consider, is that what you want in the future? And if no, I would consider building an audience, because in the future, if you don't want to be doing that, then how are you making money? You've got to think a little bit bigger than just the short term. Even when I started my business, I didn't know that even today I would still be doing one-to-one stuff, and here I am, and I love it, but I didn't know that at the beginning. So at the beginning, that's why I focused on group and being able to deliver my work in a setting that's able to reach a lot of people, not just transactional. That's why when I started, it never felt like, oh, I should do sales calls because I need to get this one person. It was like, no, I'm going to focus on the brand and the audience because I want to scale one to many. So I never was like, I don't have to rely on these short-term one-to-one containers. They ended up obviously happening. But I always thought about, in years from now, what does it look like? And even if I don't have that clarity, the actual thing that we want to build is freedom. Because when we are able to sell to many, we actually have freedom. So something that I really value is the freedom of choice. So it's like, if I don't know what I want my business to look like in 2 years from now, in 3 years from now, if I don't know that, and that's okay, I need to build freedom. So when 2 years from now or 3 years from now happens and I realize, oh, I don't want this, then you have the freedom to fall back on, and you've got an audience of people who want to buy your courses, your products, whatever that may be. And so we are in an industry where we're creating business in a very exciting new way, or we're creating massive amounts of wealth in an exciting way. However, we have to think about longevity. Like, have you thought about what that looks like? And it's not to overwhelm anyone. And I know things like that can feel like, oh, what's my retirement plan? I'm just trying to make it through this month. Like, you don't need to stress about it. But if you build a business and a brand, you will get to a point where it's like, whoa, I built something that is scaling and there's overflow. And the offers are scalable. Okay? So just things to think about, you guys. Things to think about. Okay. So we are stepping into a season in my world right now where it is all brand, all social media, all audience, all content, all hot audience. The next big group program is, do you guys like my balloons, by the way? I had a party for myself. Me and Eric had a celebration. I didn't share this celebration on social media yet, but you'll see these things in a little bit with my new branding. We're in a season right now where the two big group programs coming in my world are brand, social media, and content focused. The social media game program starts on Monday. So in 6 days. The social media game program is brand and social media sales. I'm going to talk to you about how to create a brand that it creates an experience for your followers and a brand where people just buy from you all the time. I'm going to talk to you about how to actually win the social media sales and branding game. So the social media game is a live group program. It's brand and sales. There are right now, I believe there's going to be 7 trainings that will happen over a 2 to 3 week period. We begin on Monday. The program that is going to happen after that one in September is Hot Audience. Hot Audience is Instagram feed content strategy. Social media game, sales and brand. Hot Audience is Instagram feed content strategy. 2 separate things, 2 very different things, 2 very important things, and they go together really well. And so there's a bundle. The link is in my bio right now, and I will put the link in my story as well. So there is a bundle, and I highly recommend, if you can, to join the bundle, because you're probably going to want to be in both of these. However, if the bundle doesn't work or it doesn't align, you can join whichever one you want separately. And there are payment plans for the bundle, and there's payment plans for each individual one separately as well. There's one thing, it is this. And I will, until the day I die, I will say it. We're going to have a lot of fun in both of these courses. They're going to be mind-blowing. They're going to be extremely tangible and easy for you to implement. They're going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to hold some really big conversations and trainings around what it means to build a world-class brand that stands out on social media. How to create an experience where people find you and want to buy from you instantly. What it means to build this and sell in this kind of way. And then Hot Audience is very strategic of like, what are the trends to do now on Instagram? What are the trends to go viral now on Instagram? What are the trends to grow the right audience now on Instagram? There is a highlight on my Instagram for a hot audience. We did it in January. The results just blow me away. Just, you can go look at that highlight. It's insane. There's screenshots and testimonials. It's just absolutely freaking insane. Okay? So, that's what it is. It's that easy. This is also why when I go to sell things, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Because I don't have to say anything other than, here's the link, join. Okay? We're going to have a lot of fun in the next little bit in my world. So that's what's happening. The Hold the Energy Masterclass will be in between when the social media game ends and when Hot Audience begins. So the Hold the Energy Masterclass has nothing to do with content and sales. It's about money and energetics and emotional intelligence and all that kind of stuff. And that will be at the end of August, okay? I will put up information in my story about these two programs and the bundle. We're going to release the branding for the social media game this week. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm very excited, you guys. I had this energy come through me yesterday. Well, thank you for putting that link. Bad bitch branding. I love it. Of course, you with the name, with the bad bitch branding. You have the link for Hot Audience. I love it. Thank you. What was I going to say? Oh. Last week, it landed very clear to me, Steph. There needs to be a closed, clean energy for this program, social media game coming up. And that's why I'm not doing Hold the Energy this week. I thought about doing Hold the Energy like today or even Friday, and something so strongly in my body said, do not put anything in the middle of this launch and this program. It needs the focus. And the reason is because sometimes I don't realize, because I've mastered it so much, like actually how important it is for me to focus on this for you guys. I've mastered social media. I've mastered content. I've mastered it. And I'm going to continue to master it. But it's my also job to make this message so clear and so known. And it's my job to teach this so you guys can master it too and take your business to a whole nother level. It just is the thing. It just is the thing. So I'm very excited for these programs. I'm very excited to teach you guys this. I'm just very excited. Give me the master vibe. So I will put the things in my story today, or you guys were sharing links here. Very easy to find. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm excited to share this message with you. I hope that it really hit home and it landed in many different ways to look at your business and your social media in a different way, because it really does matter. And it's going to be the thing that makes or break. And it's just the freaking thing. So thank you for being here. I'm going to put this up on my story. We're going to repurpose this as well and put it on YouTube and put it in the ExoGinG Facebook community and put it on the podcast and all the places, because I know that this is probably a live stream that you want to listen to over and over again. So we will do that. So I'm sending you all the love in the world. I'll see you on social media. I'll see you in all the places that we are connected. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.